All right. Hey, everyone. How is everyone doing this evening? All right. Welcome, everyone, to Health Tea with Dr. B. It's Dr. B, the NP. That is me. This is our sixth episode. Yay, we actually made it. So, all of our new viewers who are just tuning in today, um, we actually started on September 6th. And here we are already on our sixth episode. Okay, so thank you all again for joining. So, last week on Health Tea with Dr. B, we discussed vitamin D and its hidden benefits. We also discussed how you can get it drawn and how to advocate for yourself. And remember, if your labs are normal, but you are experiencing symptoms, then that means that something is wrong and you should definitely get it checked out. So remember, that is the purpose of this channel. It is supposed to make sure that you all are advocating for yourselves appropriately. Okay. And so remember, if you guys are in Maryland, Washington, D.C., Colorado, New Mexico, and Washington State, and would like to get your labs checked, all you have to do is go to bit.ly/health tea with Dr. B. And if you are not in one of those states, please feel free to reach out and I can link you to other specialists. Okay. Now let's move on to episode 6: Full Cup, Full Control, and Taking Charge of Your Health Journey. All right. Now, you guys know I always come through with the piping hot tea, and today I just cannot wait for our episode. So, now you guys know I introduce a tea every week that is usually connected to our topic, and they are usually loaded with benefits. And I have a cup literally for every week, just like I have glasses for every week. I love cups. So, again, if you're ever interested in knowing where I get my cups from, all you have to do is go to bit.ly/health tea with Dr. B. All right. So let's get into this week's tea. Today we have raspberry leaf tea. So when I purchased it, I thought that I was going to get like little tea bags, but I got actually organic raspberry leaves. Okay, so raspberry leaf tea is often referred to as raspberry tea, and it has been traditionally consumed for its potential benefits, especially amongst pregnant women and women's health in general. So let me give you guys 5 benefits of raspberry leaf tea. So, number one, we have uterine health in pregnancy, and that's one of the most well known benefits of raspberry leaf tea. And it's its potential to tone and support the uterus, making it popular amongst pregnant women as they approach their due date. So, some believe that it can actually help facilitate labor and delivery, although research is inconclusive. So, please, ladies, if you're trying to induce your labor, just don't go drinking raspberry tea. Of course, go to your OBGYN first, but that is one of the benefits. It's also rich in nutrients. So it's good. It's a good source of vitamins and minerals, and particularly magnesium, potassium, iron, and B vitamins. And all of these vitamins can improve overall health and vitality. Okay. It's also good for a digestive aid. So the tea can act as an astringent or on irritated stomachs or intestines. So it can help relieve issues or symptoms like diarrhea or upset stomach. So that's just an FYI. And also anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. So with this particular tea, it can actually help to reduce inflammation in the body and combat free radicals, respectively. So I like to highlight that with all of my teas because I do have a lot of clients and a lot of patients who actually watch this channel, and they know that I speak heavily about inflammation. So any natural way of inflammation, raspberry tea is it. Okay. And lastly, menstrual support. So some women drink raspberry tea to alleviate any menstrual discomfort, reduce any heavy flows, or regulate irregular menstrual cycles. The tea's muscle relaxing properties may actually help relieve menstrual cramps. So, as always, while raspberry tea offers various potential health benefits, it is extremely important to note that this tea is not meant to use as a cure. It is simply a supplementing aid to whatever conditions you may have. Okay. So you guys know I always do my taste test in my fancy cup here. So here we are. So I think I told a story. Last week I said that the orange cup was my favorite cup. I think it's this one. So it's my nice black one here. I don't know. It just reminds me of, I don't know, maybe Asian culture. I have no idea why, but it just reminds me of it. But I love it because it comes with a little top, and I had my tea steeping for a while here. So what I like about it is that it comes with a little thing here. So my tea leaves are actually inside the cup. So I can actually pour the hot water in, let it steep for about 10, 15 minutes, and I'm good to go. I just move it to the side so I'm not drinking any of the leaves. And now let's see. Let's do a taste test. I didn't put any sugar in it. So not bad. Not bad. I haven't had raspberry tea before, even though a lot of people always explain its benefits to me. So this is actually my first day drinking this tea. So I think we're good to go. And again, this is what the show is about. I'm going to give you real tea and then some health tea. Okay. All right. So you guys got that? We're going to move on to episode 6. So now let's sip, listen, and thrive. So today's episode is called Full Cup, Full Control, Taking Charge of Your Health Journey. Interesting title, right? So before I explain it, I want us to do an imagination thing first. Let's do something. Let's imagine something. So I'm going to give you a scenario because I want you all to really connect with it. Okay. Imagine walking into a serene tea room where every person is handed a beautifully crafted cup representing their body. The tea that fills these cups symbolizes their health. Some cups brim with aromatic steaming tea, while others are half filled, lukewarm, or even empty. Okay? So these are different cups. Now, there is a tea master in this room with a kettle. The tea master represents medical professionals and external advice. They can suggest which tea to pour and how hot it should be, and even how full the cup should be. But ultimately, it's up to each individual to decide whether to accept the tea master's offering or seek out their own brew. So, in this tea room of life, while others can provide the tea and give recommendations, ultimately, you are the true guardian of your cup. So only you can decide how to fill it, whether you want to maintain its warmth and ensure its quality. So, who's in charge of pouring the tea and keeping it filled? It's you with the kettle of knowledge and choices in your hand. Okay. So, that is what this title means: full cup, full control. Now, here's the history behind this. Last week, we had Mental Health Awareness Day, and I took that day with ease, and we did not have episode 6 last week. I was supposed to discuss something completely different today, but I wanted to discuss this because I get a lot of messages, I get a lot of patients in DMs, and they all ring the similar tone. Hey, we need help. We keep explaining our symptoms, but no one is listening. How come no one is listening to me? I have felt bad for 10 years. I have been trying to lose weight for years. And all I keep hearing is, well, stop eating so much and then you won't gain weight. Or it's all in your head. So last week, when we took that mental health awareness day, when I took that day off, I actually went to a conference, and I was so amazed at how my fire was reignited. I listened to people and their stories, and I noticed that health was at the bottom of the list. It was not at the top. And I asked somebody at the conference, I said, well, why don't you think about your health like anybody else? And they said, well, no one listens to me. So, I mean, if I have high blood pressure, I'm 24 now. So I guess by the time I turn 50 or 60, I'll just have to live with it. And I thought that was one of the saddest things because we have control. We control. So that was the title. That was the name that I came up with over the weekend. And I said, we are in charge of how much we pour and how much we control everything, the temperature, how warm it is, how cold it is, how full it is. So think about the title, Full Cup, Full Control. It didn't say empty cup. Who wants to be an empty cup? I don't. The cup is my body. I want to be filled. I want to be fulfilled, right? So when I hear how people disregard health, I think about how they're doing themselves such an injustice. So when I see my patients from all around the states here in the US, I'm always happy to see how they feel once they've realized they've been heard and that they've been seen. I had one patient just yesterday say, oh my gosh, I feel seen, because she says she's felt invisible for so long because she's had symptoms of, let's say, ADHD, PCOS. And even just this morning, I had one patient cry because she hadn't had a cycle or menstrual cycle in 2 years. And, sometimes menstrual cycles are important to some of us. It's not, we don't desire them, but we still would like to have them to, kind of establish who we are. So today, when I gave her her diagnoses and I heard her symptoms and confirmed it, she said, wow, I can finally breathe. There's a weight lifted. So doing something of that caliber is important. It lets me know how neglected we are in healthcare. We're completely neglected. And the information is out there. However, who can digest it? So I'm not saying this. I'm not saying that we should all jump on Google and, do our things that way. We're not saying that at all. But in order for us to have great health, we should definitely partner with like minded medical professionals. If you care about your health, find someone who believes what you do or practices in a way that interests you. Okay. And so just a little bit of my background. I know I explained this a couple of weeks ago when we first started. I practice functional medicine. I do functional primary care, functional weight loss, and we'll have a podcast on functional weight loss. But basically, what it means is when you come into my office or see me via telemedicine, if you want to lose weight, I can reassure you that you're going to get more than just Phentermine or Contrave or a pill to say, okay, you can go lose weight. I have a few patients who said, oh my goodness, so I have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, I have diabetes, I have high cholesterol, I have vitamin D deficiency, I have hypothyroidism, and they only came to me for weight loss. And this is what they came out with. Because with functional medicine, we find the root cause. You will want to know why you're not losing weight. Because once you lose the weight, guess what's going to happen? Once you stop whatever program you're in, you're going to gain it back. And this happened to me. I am a yo-yo person. That's what I call myself. I am a yo-yo person. I can lose 40 pounds just like this. I know how to lose weight. But as soon as I stop, I kid you not, maybe the next week, I'll start seeing it creep up on the scale, and sometimes it'll hit me in a double or a triple. So I know that. I had to have surgery because I lost weight too fast. And so I had to reset my body. So now that I know, I want you all to know that there is no quick fix to our health. What we desire is longevity. And that is why I changed the course of the episode. So with Health Tea with Dr. B, it's always going to be about health, but it's always going to be about intriguing topics that affect us one way or another, whether it's a simple diagnosis such as vitamin D deficiency, whether it's hair loss, whether it's PCOS, whether it's human sex trafficking. We're going to talk about it because these are things that we are going to encounter, okay? And my passion here is medical injustice. So, what I see here are all medical injustices. So, when I hear people putting healthcare on the back burner, and of course, when I see medical providers who know better, who don't address certain things, then that is a medical injustice. So, the purpose of this channel is just to really make sure that you are being your best self by getting the most accurate information. And I want you all to feel seen and feel heard and to find the right providers. So today I have a surprise for all of you. Shoot, I have a surprise for myself because I have no idea how this is going to go. Um, but I actually have a very special client of mine who would like to speak today to kind of share her experience about not being heard and not being seen for years. And then we kind of cross paths, and the rest is history. All right, so I am going to introduce my lovely client, Miss Jessica. And here we are. Hi,
Hi, Dr.
Jessica.
B.
How
I'm
are
good. How are
you?
you?
I am well. You guys, I'm so excited to see Jessica today. Like, you guys have Jessica, your ears should always ring and burn because I kid you not, I speak about you all the time. I say, no, I have this patient here. I love her. So, yes, Jessica, thank you for joining and being a guest on my show. Um, I wanted you to kind of give us your journey of not being seen and not being heard. I want you to tell us what happened then and what's different now.
Well, thank you for having me. I am 36 years old, and for 36 years, I felt like I was just stuck on glue. I didn't feel seen, I didn't feel heard, but something felt wrong. Um, and I think when you're able to kind of express yourself and you're able to trust your medical provider and you have a safe space and someone that listens to you, that's when you start to kind of get to that root cause of what you were speaking about. And for me, I always felt like I was sticky. Like I couldn't get out and move because I felt sticky. Something just didn't feel right. And coming to you, we kind of went through, it could be this, it could be that, but you dug deep into my labs. And that's when you kind of opened up the treasure chest of what was lying beneath. So thank you for that.
Awesome. I think you're special because you came in with a very honest mind, right? A very honest mindset. So when I first met you, you actually came in, I believe you
Yep.
came in for weight loss, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you came in for weight loss because I believe that there was an issue. You said that maybe you couldn't lose these, was it 10 pounds that you've been trying to lose
Forever. I
forever?
mean, 10, 15, but just, it felt like it was always stuck.
Yeah. So you were stuck. So I remember when I first met you, we did your blood work, and first we decided to do the slower approach just to kind of guide you in there. And what impressed me about you was that you were so patient. You were honest because at the end of the day, no matter what treatment I'm going to advise, you went with the flow, but you also had the option to say, no. So I think that was around May. So by June or early July, by June, you, I remember your face. You looked so defeated. You were like, I feel great, but man, I've only lost what, maybe a pound or two. So you were still really sad. So I said, you know what? Let's,
Mhm.
crank it up. Now we're going to do this. So if you're on board and if you trust me, I we can do this. And so what happened in July? I think that was your first month that we adjusted your treatment plan. So what happened that month that
Well,
changed
first, can I
everything?
say I was able to trust because you provided such a safe environment for me. So that really opened it up. But once we started to kind of fix my vitamin levels, the energy went up some, but we had the underlying cause of my thyroid. And when you
Mm.
treated that, everything changed. It wasn't, I didn't need a miracle weight loss. I didn't need a slim fast. I needed something at the root cause. And my energy just exploded. I mean, everything in my life got better.
Yeah, and if I can remember, So when I looked at your thyroid number, I remember back then I said, how is she functioning? Like, so guys, a couple of weeks ago, remember we had NP Jasmine on our channel and we discussed hair loss and we discussed different levels such as the free T3, which is a part of the thyroid. So for Miss Jessica, her free T3 was maybe a 2. And I've only had one patient who's 99 years old. Okay. Miss Jessica here does not look 99 years old, but I had a 99-year-old patient whose free T3 was at 1.9. Miss Jessica was at 2.1, maybe. And all I can do is sit here and say, I'm surprised she's moving. I'm surprised that she can talk. I'm surprised that she doesn't have, that you can function, because when your levels are that low, it is so hard for you to put things together. It's hard for you to think. And then those symptoms start to manifest into ADHD symptoms. So there are a lot of people out here who are being treated for ADHD, even though their thyroid is messed up. But in your case, you did a complete 180. So you came in for weight loss, and honestly, you left, I think, with so much more than what you came for. And you will always be one of my patients for this year, of course, that I was so amazed just to see your progress and to see how you changed. When I first met you, I wouldn't say you were dull, but you were defeated. But now every time I see you, I'm like, your hair is getting thicker, it's getting longer. You look great. Yeah. So, I mean, are you still feeling the
I
effects?
am. I know we're going to meet in the beginning of November. I can't wait to share the progress. If it's all right, could I share my weight progress with you and your audience?
Oh, yes,
So,
absolutely.
I started the year about 185. Not fantastic. I got on the scale this morning, 159.
And no, guys, this is a big deal. I'm dramatic. I am. But this, oh my
I
gosh, are
am
you
dead serious. I was
serious?
like, wait, did I do that right? Let me step on it again. I almost wanted to take a picture just in case it went away tomorrow, but just I have so much more energy. My body is working, and just I can't say thank you enough.
Oh my goodness. Like I don't even wow. No, thank you for this present. So I wouldn't be able to wait until November. It's only October 18th. Oh my word. 185 to what number? 150 something?
159.
And I don't even think that was your
No,
goal.
I wanted just to calm down just a little bit, and so I just have the energy for everything in life now.
Wow.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. If I had a hand clap sound, I would so do that. I don't know how, I'm not, technically savvy yet, but no, congratulations. That is really awesome because this is why this channel exists. So you are actually one of my inspirations to help me even develop this. Health Tea has been literally sitting for a year, and I kept saying, I need to do something. And so when I hear your stories, it's because you trusted the process. But again, like you said, you trusted the process because you had a provider who informed
Hmm.
you, right? So when I try to teach everyone on how to be their own health advocate, I always say, come with an open mind, right? Ask questions. Please ask questions. Be proactive, be informed. And you were informed. And because you were, you kind of just left it all to me. So essentially, this is you, my pretty cup. This is you. And you allowed me to present you with different kettles. And you chose the kettle that you wanted to pour, and you controlled how much was poured into your cup, essentially,
Hmm.
right? Not only that, you kept that tea hot because what? Like, honestly, guys, I am a very dramatic person. I am, but this right here, I try to tell people when they come in and I say, you have to be patient with the process. We're not talking just about the scale. The scale is okay, the scale is the scale, right? But now we have to think about everything else. How are your energy levels? How do you feel? You actually had an underlying thyroid condition that could have turned into an autoimmune disorder. Okay. Once you get into that autoimmune world, it gets a little tricky because now you need a little more, but you stuck the course. And to some people, everybody's cups are different because someone can look at you and say, wow, I wish I was her size. I wouldn't be complaining at all. But that is why we're different cups, because you had your own goals. You had your own personal goals. And that is what makes it personalized to you, right? And again, you controlled your own temperature. I'm just sitting here like, you didn't fold or anything. And this smile that I see it all the time now. So every time I see that I'm going to see you, I'm like, oh my God, I get to see her. Like it's just like that. And guys, Jessica lives well across on the other side because we have a lot of our patients or a lot of people here who are in the DMV area. You are on the other side of the US. You're in
I
Washington,
am.
right? Yeah, so you're in Washington State. So this is amazing. Honestly, congratulations. I have a message here in the chat. So it looks like Arnetta said congratulations. So we have some viewers here who are also
Thank
congratulating
you.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, this is good because at the end of the day, you got your weight loss. You probably lost some inches. You're probably fitting into clothes that you probably haven't fit into since who knows when. And your energy is probably through the roof. You probably don't even know what to do.
Honestly.
Yes, I have one patient who says she has too much energy. I don't know what that feels like, but I am working on it. But it's great when we control our own destiny, when we are the pilot to our health. The world opens up, and it doesn't mean that we shut anybody out. It does, like I said, it doesn't mean we go on Google and dismiss everything our medical providers say. The first thing that we have to do is just to make sure that our provider is for us,
Mm.
right? We have to make sure that they understand. So there shouldn't be any one person here who can have their labs turned in and they say, oh, you're fine. I haven't met one person yet. Even the healthiest person has iron deficiency anemia. Even the healthiest person, I get a lot of vegans and vegetarians. So even the healthiest people have something, just something, may not be major, but you really have to find a provider who really is going to dig deep and listen. Okay, so the theme for this month is being seen and being heard. And I'm glad that you gave me the opportunity to see you and to hear you. And your progress has been absolutely amazing,
Well, thank
honestly.
you. I owe it all to you. Thank you for just taking me under your wing and giving me the knowledge that I need to be successful.
Yes. Now you're not gonna have me on this screen ugly crying. So I'm just gonna keep my smile like this. That's how my water stays in my eyes. But once I black out this screen here, but yeah, no, this is serious, you guys. Now we're on here laughing and we're joking, but this is serious. We're in 2023. We have to think about our futures. We have to think about longevity. And my favorite thing is quality of life. When I first entered the medical realm, I've seen really horrible things. I've seen I've seen people who had cancer and their doctors refused to acknowledge it because they came into the hospital for shortness of breath. So if they weren't going to get paid for a diagnosis, that person was not told that they were going to have cancer or that they have it. So me seeing that or seeing the at the high rate of maternal deaths, that is these are all medical injustices. So those are more extreme, but it really starts down in the root. It really starts with really finding our voice. and not being afraid to ask questions, because me as a medical provider, it is my duty to answer these questions. And if I do not know the answer, I have to go out and seek the person who does, because I will be doing you a disservice, right? I will be doing you a disservice that I have no idea. So I knew that when you came into to see me for weight loss, I would be doing you a disservice to say, go take Phentermine, go take Contrave. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the medication, people. All I'm saying is that we have to figure out why. Because even after you would have lost that weight, after 12 weeks were up with the Phentermine, you would have blown up like a balloon and you would have been back at
Mhm.
square one. And I'm sure you're tired of being a yo-yo. I'm sure you're tired of the up and the down. So yeah, this is great. So again, I sound like a broken record, but congratulations now, Miss Jessica. You gave us the tea tonight. That's usually my line there. When I say that's the tea right there, because that's the tea.
Well, thank you. Thank you for digging in and finding the root cause and allowing me to express myself. So thank you.
Yes, and thank you for joining this podcast tonight. I think it's just super important for people to really understand where they could be with their health, right? Because at the end of the day, a lot of us have kids or fur babies or significant other spouses. I would like to see how the future is in a couple of years, but I want to be healthy enough to do it, right? I want to be able to run if I have to. I want to be able to bend down or lift my arms up for more than 5 minutes without my arms being tired, because that's a deal. That's a situation. You know, I want to be able to be comfortable in my own skin. But most importantly, I want to be able to know that I can be in partnership with my provider and I can tell them, this is what's going on. Can you help me find this? And if you don't know the answer, can you point me into the right direction? So that is the purpose of this podcast tonight. Full cup, full control, because no one wants an empty cup. Jessica, your cup has overflowed. Keep it flowing, okay? Remember, you are in control of how much is being poured, okay? Thank you, Jessica, for joining us tonight
Thank
now, okay? Did you have any last
just
words?
thank you. When you have a provider that listens and digs, it can change your whole life.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you,
Bye, guys.
Jessica. Bye. So yes, you guys. So I hope you all have gotten something out of this. I do these podcasts because I really do care about health. I've been in health literally since I was 8 years old. Okay. And just a little background. When I was eight, I would be I would go visit my grandmother. She worked for the health department in New York City. And I remember being in this room and seeing just pictures of sexually transmitted diseases. And I looked at this room and there was pictures. And you know what was the common thing? They were all African American. So I was 8 years old when I saw that, and I could not understand why. And this is the 8-year-old me thinking, why only Black people going to get these diseases? So does that mean white people don't get diseases? That's literally was my mindset. So I actually said, hey, when I grow up, I'm going to be an OBGYN and I'm going to open a clinic in the hood. Honestly, that's literally what I said. So those are quotations. I literally said that. So years later, I'm not an OBGYN. Okay. So I'm not an OBGYN. Okay. But I do service the community. But back then, my passion was to really help those because I just couldn't understand. Certain things were not understandable. How come only African American women had fibroids? It didn't make sense. And then as I started getting more into it, that is when I realized that there are a lot of underserved populations out there. So I was always bent on serving certain underserved populations, but I realized that there are so many micro communities and cultures out there that people haven't even touched the surface with. And there are so many health conditions out there that are hidden in plain sight, but we're not addressing them. Okay. So I hope you all enjoyed tonight's tea. Tonight's tea was not about a medical condition, it was about how you can take control of your life, of your health, because you hold the cup. You are the cup, and you control who pours into your cup. Okay? So remember that, people. Remember that. And so, again, if you are interested in getting a consultation, if you're interested in any of the teas that I drink, please visit bit.ly/health tea with Dr. B. Okay. Share with your friends, share with family, follow Health Tea with Dr. B BNP on Facebook and on Instagram. I think we're heading to TikTok, but slowly but surely. But please do it for your health. Do it for you. All right. So again, visit bit.ly Health Tea with Dr. B and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And follow us on YouTube. I forgot that. Follow us on YouTube. We're on there. Let's get those views up. Share. Okay. Thank you all for supporting this podcast. We're already on episode 6. I have a lot of news coming up in 2 weeks. So please, please, you do not want to miss it. And again, we want to thank Jessica for coming to share her journey, right? And these are real people, real experiences, real life. All right. So guys, I already hit you all with the tea because that was the tea. Thank you all for sipping, listening, and thriving. You guys take care now.